Check out that catfish. Are you freaking kidding me right now? The garage is fuck, I ruined that whole shot. Dang it. The garages are opening. That means we're getting some work done on the John boat. So today I want to go ahead and make this lid with the make your own lid kit. Get some supports running up through here for that. Also want to add some up and down support to that as well. Get the hinge going, get all that done. I'm not going to cover it with metal just yet because I've already learned that it is hard to do any work inside of here with the metal on. Also, I want to show y'all something I figured out last night. This is pretty cool. So when I started building this boat with a back deck. We started on the back deck, got this lid made, and then we jumped up here and got this lid made here, the rod locker lid. This ain't a rod locker, but I'm calling it that just because it's the same shape. I built these boxes at totally separate times. I did not try to do this. This just magically happened. If I put a piece of tubing up against these lids, they are perfect. They line up. How insane is that? But I just wanted to show y'all how crazy that was, that all lined up perfectly without me even trying. It's like it was meant to be. So we need to add some 1-inch angle running from here to there. I'm not going to be able to run the angle in through here because I'll leave a gap. So I'll probably just stop right here and I'll just rivet it all to this. Oh, I guess same thing over here as well. Running out of angle here. This ain't good. We got 3 pieces left and we still have to do the front deck. Have to go get some. Alright, so we need to start with the angle. I'm gonna try to not measure this with a tape measure and just stick it in place and mark it. You know what? No. I'm gonna take out these things right here. Ah, wish I thought of that before. Oh well, we'll just use this piece back here. Beautiful. Okay, so instead of doing all that, I'm just gonna take out these support pieces I made right here. Take those out, and then I can actually use this piece of angle for that. Let's drill out those rivets. So this wall right here is covering up more rivets. So I'm gonna have to probably undo top 3. That sucks, but oh well. Only 3 rivets. They can easily be put back in. I'm also going to be adding some support with square tubing. I'm probably going to add 3 through here just to make this wall pretty strong because that needs to support all the weight up here, and that's not going to do much. I'm still waiting for the tubing for that though, so we'll do that in the future, not anytime soon. Once I get the metal, maybe in a week or so. This whole piece is just going to have to come out. We're getting in the boat. I put this piece in first, so it can't come out this way. It has to come up to get out. So 3 more rivets. Backtracking here. This ain't good, but it'll be all right. Man, I may just leave that piece out until I attach those 3 pieces. I mean, we can set it back in, but just not fully attach it. I'm not gonna undo that yet because I want to get the angle cut first, just so I know exactly how long it needs to be. If I take that out, I'm gonna lose that placement. Beautiful. All right, need to make 1 more of these, same exact size. And just to be safe, I'm going to mark exactly where this sits, just so I don't forget. Bam. Alright, we can take these off. Don't need those no more. What a perfect fit, dude. Okay, so now I need to attach these pieces with rivets, but I need to keep this piece here flush with the rest of the deck. So this piece right here will be lower, so we'll have to add a piece of metal on top of that to make the lid sit nice and flush on the deck. Also down here, since this is under that piece and all that is under this, I had to make a little piece of shim. I used a little angle piece, put that in there, and I'm going to drill that in place, and that will make that piece all level. And then I can go through and drill holes and then connect it all that way. So let's go ahead and get this drilled. Alright, got that first piece in. Let's go ahead and tackle this side. Also, you have to bend the shimmy. Alright, so now you got that piece, and that will fit just like so around the angle, and that will also follow the angle of the boat. And you just gotta shove it in there, put it in place, and bam. Alright, so we got this piece supported, that back up, this side done, and now we just need to cut out some pieces of angle to make all this flush. So this area here is going to be my electrical system. I'll probably build a box that drops down maybe 4 or 3 inches, and then we'll have all the fuse blocks, switch panels, kill switches, everything like that. Alright, so we're going to cut this right there. Alright, so we got those 2 pieces made, but I think I'm going to go ahead and install this angle here first. Alright, so there is that piece cut, so we need to put this piece where the hinge will all be level. Got a piece of hinge here. So I'm just aligning this edge of the hinge with that edge, getting it all straight and where it needs to be. That looks perfect. Let's lock her in. So now this piece here is 3 layers down. We got 1 layer here, a layer there, a layer there, and a layer there. So what I'm going to do to make this level is add this flat bar. I believe this is 1/8 flat bar, and that will make it level with this, which is where it needs to be. That's going to sit on top of this piece here and make that level with all of this. Use the pieces I cut out. I'm going to put it in place. That one goes over here. I'm going to put it in place and then mark where I need to cut this side out, and then I'm going to cut this little square out of here, and that way the flips will go around this piece here and it will all sit nice and flat and look good. Alright, so I'm going to put these in place where they go and then mark exactly where this sits. Alright, I'm an idiot. If I'm just going to be cutting this piece down, it doesn't have to be that big of a gap. It can just go around this angle. So let's do just the angle on this side. Let's go ahead and fit it in place. Aha, perfect. Let's go ahead and get this piece back in and cut down. That's going to be the finished look of this lid. I need to take this out and weigh it. Tear that. Grab all that. Check that out. I just found an original drawing of the first boat build design. That was before I was gonna cut out the hatches. There's a design of the front deck. We'll have to add headlights now, hydro wave, a second fish finder. A lot has changed, and all that weighs 0.75 pounds. 5, and now we need to measure all of this. 3 foot of the 1-inch frame is 7 ounces. So 1.58, 1.6, 3 foot, 7 ounces, 14. We'll call it 20 ounces. Play it safe. So 20 ounces for all the metal I just added. So we can get this back in place. So 20 ounces plus 0.75 pounds. 1.6 pounds for everything we just added. I probably think it's crazy to weigh every single little piece. I could have just weighed the trailer and the boat empty before I started and then weighed it again at the end, but I didn't do that, so that sucks. Missed opportunities, but it's also cool to know the weight as I'm building the boat. If I didn't know the weight as I was building it, I would be stressed out right now with how heavy the boat was. So it's a good thing and it's also a bad thing. Let's go ahead and drill out some holes and get that riveted on. Man, all this work just to get the frame level and the lid sitting flat and flush. We got all that secured, and now it is all flush and level. Now we can go ahead and add the hinge next. So I had 3 pieces of hinge left, and I was worried that they wouldn't be long enough to cover this entire area, but they are. So that is good. But there won't be no gaps in the hinge. Alright, so I took a little break, but I am back. I just got this piece of hinge cut. So I'm going to be piecing together these 3 pieces of hinge to make the hinge for this door. This is all the hinge I have left. So it's going to go, we'll put the smaller piece in the middle and boom, perfect. Alright, so now I need to cut a piece of flat bar the same length, and I'm going to be sticking the flat bar behind the hinge, and that is how all of these are going to stay together. Alright, let's double check that cut. Perfect. Looks about the same size to me. Alright, now we got the 3 hinges on the 1 piece of flat bar, making it all 1 hinge. Wow, look at that. Now we just need to figure out the height of this thing. So I just realized this lid here is actually flush with this side rail here, not flush with the lower drop down. So this might be a hair taller, just this lid. Just now realized that. It's all because of this stupid box I made. I put that darn lip on there when I shouldn't have. That side's the same way, flush with the railing. Oh well. It's just that one box. It won't be that bad, hopefully. Hopefully it won't be noticeable, but this lid might sit, I'm talking a hair lower than this lid, but that will be okay. Alright, so before I attach the hinge we just made, I'm gonna cut out the square tubing for this box. Man, how far apart should we gap these boxes? Let's continue this framing up. So that is the gap there. I think that'll be good. Again, if I go too close and it's not all square and mess it up, we could really run into some problems. So the gap between these lids is 3/8. I definitely don't want to go that big over here because that is too freaking big. Bigger than 3/16, less than 1/4. So that's what we're gonna go with. All right, I cut a little less than a 1/16 bigger than what I just said. So that's gonna make the gap a little bit smaller. I think that's perfect. It is exactly 3/16 on each side. That should be plenty of room. I'm gonna go ahead and cut one more piece out this size. I got these 2 long pieces cut out for this box. I need to go ahead and mess with this hinge. 0.75. Okay, so I got the hinge loosely clamped on. We have a piece of square tubing here, and I have a piece of foam. I'm going to set the foam next to the hinge, and there's still going to be a piece of 090 aluminum on top of this square tubing, so I gotta keep that in mind. Okay, so that hinge needs to come way up, about right there. How does this one sit? Sits flush. All right, I'm happy with that. Guys, if y'all can, if you have scrap pieces of the metal you're using, like 090 or the 4 size or thinner stuff, save a little bitty piece of it. So you don't have to be doing what I'm doing, using a whole live well just to have 90. I mean, I have that whole piece there, but I haven't cut into it yet myself. So, but once I do, I'm gonna save me a little piece of 90, just for cases where I need to use it as a guide. I need to add more rivets to this piece and this piece because it's allowing that to flex. I've been editing out all of the countersinks in this video, but I have been doing it. I have no choice, I have to do it, but it's just annoying to edit. Like a rivet gun, it's put it on, squeeze the trigger, done. That's easy to edit, it's fun, but sitting there just drilling forever, nothing happens, it's the same thing. So I've just been editing it out. So there's that. Got the hinge in place. Still need to add up and down supports. Should I do that now? If I don't do it now, I'm not gonna want to do it. Let's go ahead and do it. Compared to what? Alright, we got these up and down supports made. Let's go ahead and put them in place and rivet them on. All right, so there is all the framing for this door done. We got the hinge looking good. Now we need these pieces to go bam, right there and right there. All right, let's finish this framing. So I just need to make the sides and get this lid all attached. This should make a square. That is. All right, I'm going to put this wall back in. That way I can get this lid completely flush with the wall. There's not much I can do about it because, you know, I pretty much planned for it, but I just want to see and make sure I'm doing it right as I'm doing it. Okay. We have a compartment again. How's it going, man?
Making progress?
No.
No?
Trying. taking years. Let's get this boat back to normal somewhat. All right, so there is the frame done. It looks pretty freaking good. I'm happy with it. It's gonna look so freaking sick once I put the sheet metal on and this whole thing is just covered in decking. So we're almost there, guys. The decking is almost done. Nate is sending me some more metal today. I believe it's gonna be in the mail today, and then we can frame out the back deck, frame out the front deck, and then start working on electrical, and then finally get this piece of sheet metal on. I will get the sheet metal on whenever I build the box, get all the electrical components in there, all the wiring, because I want to be able to reach in here and not to reach around a freaking lid the whole time. So that's why I'm waiting to do the sheet metal. But there it is, guys. It looks freaking awesome. I'm happy with how it came out. Once again, once that is covered in sheet metal, it's gonna look real. It is gonna look freaking sweet, and I cannot wait. Once I rivet this wall in, it will all be flush. Let me go on the other side. Let me just show y'all how that looks. All right, so there is how that lid looks from this side. It looks freaking sweet, dude. This wall is pushing out a little bit, but once I rivet that in, it should be nice and flush. But dude, that looks freaking sweet, man. But guys, that is gonna be it for this video. That is how you make these build your own lid kits from tvnation.net. Get the framing together, get the hinge made, support it. I mean, it's easy. It takes time, but it's super easy and it comes out looking super nice. But guys, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I hope it helped out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.